This is the Mother's House Podcast, and I am Deshaun.
What's up, everyone? My name is Corey. Peace to you and yours. Peace to the planet. Rest in peace to the people in El Paso, Texas that got murdered at Walmart.
And Dayton, Ohio.
And all the senseless murders that happened across the globe. Mm-hmm. You know, rest in peace to those who lost loved ones over the weekend. But we are not going to talk about that today because all we can really do is just give out our condolences, rinse and repeat. You know what I'm saying? Just going to give out our condolences. We all know about white supremacy, and we all know how people like to scapegoat around it. So, but tonight we're going to talk about a new white supremacy. It's a TV series on Amazon Prime called The Boys.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and jump into our review bag. Give y'all another review. Hopefully y'all enjoy it.
So I like The Boys. It grabs you as soon as you start watching it. You know, it's such a anti-heroic version of a superhero flick.
Yeah.
I think superhero flicks can get redundant.
They can.
And
it's like a fresh take on the superhero genre.
Fresh and very realistic. It humanizes them and makes it look at superheroes from a real world perspective. You know, if they were actually, you know, here and we actually had superheroes, how they would be treated and how they would act and how the government would be involved and everything like that. So I think it's a really nice take on a superhero show.
Yeah, it is. Just think, if Marvel was a real company and Kevin Feige was like the spearhead of the company, and they were doing all, Captain America was really still a dick, but even more of a dick because he don't give a fuck about casualties or whatever. He just about the money. You know what I'm saying? So it's a real nice, interesting twist to the show. I think that The Boys. I forget the comic creator. It's originally as a comic book.
So it's based off of a real comic book.
Yeah, it's based off of a real comic book, independent comic book series. And you know, most independent comic book series don't do that well. So a lot of people don't know. A lot of people not familiar with the story.
Right.
I'm not familiar with the story because this is my first time hearing about The Boys when the show coming out. I know Seth Rogen is a part of the project. He threw his little cameo in there. But yeah, man, when it first come on, it's like, what the hell? Oh shit!
Right.
You get stuck to that screen. You're gonna be like, okay, I gotta watch the rest of it. At least let me watch the rest of this episode.
Right.
See what I'm watching. So it's dark, it's graphic, it's violent, it's risky. You know what I'm saying? But it's original. It's not original because they do have a couple of stories or movies or movie properties where they tell the story of a superhero going bad or a superhero being evil. But this is told in a whole more realistic way. Yeah, it's very realistic. But they play on the politics, they play on the religion, they play on and it also not only just focus so much on like if superheroes had this and this what would happen. It also plays on what's going on in the real world today, how politics are being pulled, how branding is being pulled.
Right, how everything is like monetized and corporate and, you know, capitalism.
Yeah.
Right.
Even down to terrorism, all the way down to that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's really interesting, a really great take. How do you, when you watch the show, Deshaun, what was your biggest pull away from it?
I got that superheroes are human too.
Do you think they were supposed to be? Because I like the fact that they treated it like the superheroes in this film as celebrities. Right. I like how they kind of make it show like celebrities are human too. Yes.
Right, and I like how they show their what they have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? All the corporate stuff. You're a brand, now you're a product, and they treat you like such. And you know, when Starlight was having her issues as far as her branding versus who she really is as a person, you know, they're telling her, well, you got to do this because, you know, almost like we own you now. Like, you sign them papers and you have to do what we say because, you know, you signed up for it. If you don't want to do it, then leave. You know, you won't make no money. You won't be a part of this. But, you know, I'm saying but when you sign up to be famous, quote unquote, you sign up for all of it, the good and the bad. Right. And you're not just working for yourself anymore. You're working for all the people who have something involved in everything that you do. You know, so it's almost like you become an empire. You become a team of people overnight as soon as you sign those dotted lines. And it was a really good show. I like how they showed Deep, how Deep was kind of having an issue with his powers and how he didn't feel. He was going to a psychiatrist and he didn't feel like he was, you know, needed or important, you know. I like how they went through that, and I think Aquaman always get teased as the person who don't have like he has the most irrelevant powers.
Yeah, I like the fact that they play on the Marvel, because you know they basically got the Marvel Tower on there, and they also play on DC. So because the characters are spitting image of the DC characters,
right?
But the Me Too movement, I like that. I like how they put that in there. They really like being over your head. They're like, this what happened, this what it is.
Right.
And I like that, the fact that they didn't run away from that. You know what I'm saying?
I liked how they showed Maven, Queen Maven, how when they were on the plane, how Highlander comes off as just this asshole. And they humanized each and every one of them in a unique way. With Maven, it was kind of like, wait a minute, we got to save these girls. Like, we got to save somebody from the plane. We can't do nothing. And the plane just crashes. And she feels some kind of way, like she's hurt by that. I like that they showed how she truly feel, like, you know, because a lot of people think, aka, you know, celebrities, you know, superheroes are celebrities, because I feel like this is kind of playing on each thing. They think celebrities don't have no feelings, like, oh, they don't care about nothing, they just do this, they just do that. But no, these people are human. Like, they hurt too, they have feelings too. And I like how they showed that she had a female lover too. I thought that was dope.
Yeah, I like how they pulled that in there too. I like that they did that. I like some of the characters, I like some of the character bits. Like Starlight, I think that was supposed to be originally a guy in the comics. I like how they switch those roles up and make it work and fit. It made the world feel more lived in. You know what I'm saying? It's like we are experiencing them for the first time, but they've been here. They've been dealing with shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And yeah, I like that fact about Queen Maeve. Even the fact to the point where, you know, you got Homelander, who is the leader, who basically Superman, who is, his vulnerability is so creepy. And Homelander's vulnerability, I can't say that word.
Vulnerability?
Yeah, that part.
Vulnerable.
Vulnerable. You know, he's the type of character that's like, he's in search of something that's beyond than what he been told, but the way he been brought up, the scene he had with that doctor, how the doctor explained his birth, that he didn't have a mother, had no kind of human interaction, love, and nothing, and how it make him cold and evil. And that plays out in the plane scene. Like, he basically Superman. He could caught the plane in the air by flying the opposite direction. It was basically
like, I don't feel like doing all that.
That's basically what it was. And he saw another avenue, which was a political move, which a lot of politicians may have nothing doing. You know what I'm saying? A political move to show the candidates so they can get the funding and get the approval to get a bill passed, so they become into the part of the military. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's just a very well written show. Like the show is really good.
Very well written. I love how I think when you're watching the show, you kind of think that Homelander is really just this evil person, but I love how they made him a human too. Even with the whole thing with him and Butcher's girlfriend, how first Butcher thought, he must have raped her and he killed her.
Yeah.
But it really wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Towards the end. Do you still think he raped her?
I don't think he raped her.
I don't think he raped her either.
I think that was an affair.
Yeah, I think it was an affair. And he had a child from her.
And because he's superhuman, she got knocked up pretty quick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was that. I think his wife was a little fast.
Right, and it kind of shows that it shows that Homelander is playing the game too, but he's a human too. It because I just love when people are just showing their vulnerable side. Even with A-Train and how he's on this issue, like he's at almost like a crossroads of his career where he has to be the fastest person all the time. So now he's taking drugs and he's trying to stay up and become the best version of himself. And always be high, and that plays on him because even though he's a superhuman, but now he having a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly. See the ramifications of using sports enhancement drugs.
Exactly. Instead of just I'm gonna say this real quick, but instead of just letting other people, have that torch, and you had your time as A-Train. Now it's time to pass that torch and let somebody else be in your place. You want to keep that spot forever.
Yeah, because the perks and the money and
and the ego.
Resources. Yeah, and the ego. That's what another thing I like about how they portray the superheroes. Their egos and how well they pull each person different ego out. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
It was so well. Like I said, it's a well written show. I even like when we talk about the boys, the heroes of the show. I love each person for their individuality and the way they were, what's the word for it? I don't know. I just out of all the boys, I like Mother's Milk and Butcher.
The uniqueness?
Huh? Yeah, the uniqueness. Even though I think Mother Milk didn't have that much uniqueness, but the character growth from our first protagonist, our main protagonist actually, which is Huey, and you see how he was timid in the beginning. He grew to be like I gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? Thinking quick on his feet instead of being a little scared, timid guy.
Right.
I love that. I love the interaction. The chemistry works well together between Butcher, Huey, Mother's Milk, Frenchie, and now the Wolverine chick. But this show works really well.
Right.
It blew me away because I didn't expect it. I thought it was going to be corny when I saw the commercial. And then I watched it.
Camilco or Kalimo or something.
What's that?
The little Asian girl.
Oh, Kamiko.
I loved Huey's story because I can relate.
Yeah.
Just being a child who was sheltered. I wasn't super sheltered, but just having protective parents and kind of getting a late start in your life, and your parents still kind of be they're protective of you, especially his dad and him, because it's only them two. So his dad is like, oh no, you can't do that. No, I'm looking out for you. And of course his dad doesn't realize that you're kind of hurting him by being so protective. But at the same time, it's like, that's my little boy. I know my son. I know he can't do this. I know that's not who he is. And then when he sees Huey kind of being I wouldn't say a bad guy, but kind of anti-heroic, I guess. I don't know what the term would be, a hero, but not a hero. It's almost like he's proud. Like, I don't care what you do. I'm just proud my son is standing up for himself. I'm proud he's out there doing his damn thing.
That does. You do see that. And I like the chemistry they use and the actors that they use. Like the casting was good. It was just a really great way to tell this story, and I'm literally looking forward to the next part. What you think will happen with it? Where could it go? Because that ending, the cliffhanger, and everything, it was like
I think there were a couple of cliffhangers. There was A-Train having a heart attack. There was Butcher finding out that his wife is alive and she just kind of had an affair with with Highlander, if that's what it is. There was Starlight kind of coming back to her own and, you know, putting her old uniform. I love how they kind of made her switch her uniforms to kind of sexualize her, but then she comes back and like, no, this is who I am. So it's like there's Starlight coming back to her good girl side, I guess, and there's Starlight and Huey reuniting. So it's a lot of cliffhangers to the point where it's like, y'all gotta do another season. Y'all can't have this many cliffhangers. And I also want to see what happens with Kamiko. I was waiting to hear her talk. Like,
yeah, I was too. I was waiting for her to hear her say something. I don't care if she just grabbed her.
Right.
Do something. But what else?
I think in the next season they'll show other superheroes too. I think they did a really good job of showing kind of displaying each superhero a little story.
And their powers. I like how they did their powers. And they didn't go like Marvel level budget, you know, showcasing their powers, but they still made the powers look believable, realistic, and like capable to help do some damage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think the only person, I think Queen Maven could have used a little bit more story. But overall, I think he did a good job of showing the Seven, I guess it would be called.
Well, I think they also could have did more on Black Noir because
I was still trying to figure out what the fuck is he like Daredevil?
He's like Daredevil or Batman. In the comics, he's a clone of Homelander, and he's a clone of Homelander because he is there in case Homelander goes too far. He the only one can kill him.
Oh, so maybe we're not supposed to know that yet.
Yeah, maybe. And I only know that from listening to other people talk about the comics.
Oh, I was like, is he Daredevil? Is he like, I don't know, Ant-Man or some shit? I don't know.
Black Noir or Spider-Man Noir. That's what he is.
Right. But yeah, it's a really good show, and I liked it. I enjoyed every bit of it. I even like how it showed that. Hell, y'all thought these were the good guys saving the world from the superheroes, but shit, they be fucking up too.
Yeah. It's like there's no real solid good guys on here.
Right, and that's some real life shit. Like, no one's completely good.
Like, even when Huey killed Translucent.
Right.
I was like, he ain't really had to kill him, but I see why they would kill him, but he ain't had to kill him.
And then later finding out that Translucent has a family. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a normal person too. Like, he still got a son and a life.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, and I love how they showed how Butcher was just kind of going too far. Yeah, especially when he realized what was the weakness, but found out that ain't the weakness because he killed her. Right, and he was willing to just blow everything up anyway.
Yeah, and kill innocent people, kill the baby.
Right.
He really killed the baby because he blew her up. He gonna kill that baby. Like, he took it too far over. Like as Homelander said, you think your wife is dead, and I killed her, but you don't have no solid proof that she's dead.
And I really like how Homelander didn't kill him. It was just kind of like, you know what? Let me just show this crazy ass motherfucker that your wife is still alive.
Your wife is still alive. She had my child.
Right.
I didn't know nothing about it, but hey, we here.
Right. Exactly. So yeah.
It's really and my man, forget his name. The actor from the black actor from Breaking Bad. He's gonna be the next big. I bet he's gonna be the next big villain. They showed him at the last episode. He was Edward or Eggert.
Who was
you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the boss.
Yeah, the big boss.
Yeah, and then I love how they show him, and then they kill the lady.
Yeah, so you know he's gonna have to step in.
Right. You know? So it's almost like they're setting us up for the next season.
Yeah, they set this up. They very much will. Yeah, it's hey man. Next season, and they already filming it. And next season gonna be coming out soon. So,
right.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing another review on it when it come out. But y'all let us know what y'all think about The Boys. Do y'all watch it? Do you have time to watch it? If you don't, definitely watch it. It's worth a watch. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah. Talk to us. Tell us how y'all feel about The Boys. Tell us about how you feel about each character. How y'all feel about our review and what we said. And, what we missed. Because, we can't talk about everything in 20 minutes. So, but besides that, Corey, you got anything else you need to say?
Hit that bell. Subscribe. Get our likes up. And thank y'all for listening, for real. And, yeah, man. And best we catch y'all next time on the next episode of Mother House Podcast. Peace.
I will not raise my daughter differently than my mother raised me. The rearing I got from my mother, words cannot express. I could live in any time, I could live in any country, I could live on any planet, and I would be fine.
What was the key? What did your mother know? What truth was coming through your mother that's going to come through you to your daughter?
My mother gave us aphorisms to learn as children. And the one there are two that stand out foremost in my mind. One is the inner reality creates the outer form. I learned this when I was in grade school. I was very young. And the other is the universe bears no ill to me. I bear no ill to